Hey everyone, I actually wanted to also talk about Ezekiel bread. When I went to the school today to visit the director there, and we spoke, and we were talking about my videos and talking about my health and how much that she's learned. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know everything. I just have the time to sit down and just really educate myself. Reteach my thinking based on what I already knew, my previous knowledge. And this girl said, wait a minute, we were talking about bread. And I'm telling how my mom goes to these churches and she picks up bread. And she would get white bread and wheat bread and rye bread. And I would always take all the white and all the wheat and the rye bread. I would have tons of bread in my freezer. Like, kids, very good for the year. And I was dogging this like it was nobody's business. OMG. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, we have bread. We don't have to spend $2 for bread. The thought of spending $2 now for bread is really cheap. $3 for bread, like the amount of money that I spend now on organic food, $2 and $3, which seemed like a lot back in the day, now seems like nothing. I'd love to spend $2 or $3 on something. Anyway, I was gonna say organic, but you probably can find like garlic or something else. But the bread, I want to tell you about Ezekiel bread. She said Ezekiel bread. I'm like, what is Ezekiel bread? She goes, it's flourless. I said, flourless? Really? And I know when I would visit the health store and I would tell the guy that I still have this craving for bread, he goes, oh, it's the candida. Why do you still crave bread? Like, that's the candida. Oh, you need this, you need this, you need this. And he's really good. But then I end up going there and spending more money than I have to. And I'm like, oh. But when he told me that he said I had a candida, that means you still have a craving to certain things your body shouldn't be craving because you're detoxifying your body, and you shouldn't be craving those things because you're cleansing your body, detoxifying it. And now I really don't have a craving for it, but I just kind of miss the feel of chewing on bread. Ezekiel bread. Let me tell you a little bit about it. What is Ezekiel bread? Ezekiel bread is different for several reasons. Here. Whereas most bread contains added sugar, Ezekiel contains none. It also made from organic, sprouted whole grains. The sprouting process changes the nutrient composition of the grains significantly. In contrast to most commercial breads, which consist primarily of refined wheat or pulverized whole wheat, Ezekiel bread contains several different types of grains and legumes. 4 types of grains: wheat, millet, barley, and spelt. OMG. Yesterday, we made a little spelt bake, and my girlfriend, this is how she did it. I had some spelt. I blended it into flour, and she made this kind of batter with it, just salt, water, and the spelt batter, and we rolled it up like dumpling, boiled it, and then she fried it, and it was delicious. But I baked it. I took the rest of the batter home and I baked it, and it was just as good. And I was so excited that I had something that tasted like bread from the spelt. Spelt is wheat. Something else. I'm not going to give you details about that now, but I'll tell you about spelt. All right. So it has 4 types of grains, 2 types of legumes, soybeans and lentils. Soybeans is not good. All right, I won't be buying that anymore. Okay, I was going to show off too. Where is it? This is what it looked like. Sprouted barley. Let me see what it says here. Ingredients. Sprouted organic whole wheat berries. Okay. Organic raisins. Filtered water. Wheat. Gluten. Okay. Sprouted organic barley. Fresh yeast. Sea salt. Cultured wheat. Sunflower. Lecithin. Okay, whatever. This is what it looks like. And it has to be in the freezer. So you have to keep it frozen. I will do that, but I want to share that with you. Okay, soybeans in this country, soybeans period, is not good for you. I will find another video. If you're doing anything that's soy, it's not good. I hope it's organic. Even organic. I mean, that right there is, I can't even go into it. I remember the video, but I can't remember. All right. All the grains and all the legumes are organically grown. Okay. And allowed to sprout before they are processed, mixed together, and baked or to produce the final product. I'd like to point out that wheat, barley, and spelt all contain gluten. Yeah, gluten. So Ezekiel bread is out of the question for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. What is gluten? Gluten is a family of proteins found in grains like wheat, rye, spelt, and barley. Of the gluten-containing grains, wheat is far the most commonly consumed. The two main proteins in gluten are glutenin and gliadin, which is responsible for the most negative health effects. What is gliadin? Okay, I can't. Gliadin is a class of proteins present in wheat and several other cereals. Within the grass tetrum, gliadins which are a component of gluten, are essential for giving bread the ability to rise properly during baking. Gliadins and glutenins are two main components of the gluten fraction of the wheat seed. Gluten is found in products such as wheat flour. Gluten is split about evenly between gliadins and glutenins, although the variations found in different sources. Gliadin is water-soluble component of gluten, while gluten is insoluble. There are three main types of gliadin to which the body is intolerant in celiac disease. Alright, I can tell you what celiac is too, but that's just like going on and on. What is a celiac or celiac disease? Alright, let's see the celiac. Celiac, also called celiac disease, also called celiac disease, is an autoimmune disorder affecting primarily the small intestines that occur in people who are genetically predisposed. Classic symptoms include gastrointestinal problems such as chronic diarrhea, abdominal distension, malabsorption, loss of appetite, failure to grow. All right, so we want to look up what celiac disease is for those of you who have a reaction to gluten. It won't be healthy for you. Ezekiel bread is the healthiest bread you can eat. However, it does contain the ingredients that I read earlier. Okay, so with that being said, I was going to show you that I have the bread and that I made me organic sunflower butter. It's a sunflower butter and a little jelly, which is also organic jelly. And I have a sandwich, which I haven't had in like forever. Well, the other day, my friend had some black cake, and I didn't eat it, but I was looking at it, and I started to salivate. Like my glands started to my mouth was watering, and what happens is that mentally your brain tells your eyes tell your brain something and sends a message, and it starts the digestion process. And that's what's happening here, or the breaking down of something. I forgot. Nevertheless, so I didn't eat that black cake, but this is what this feels like to me right now, like a black cake. That fruit cake, that West Indian Caribbean fruit cake. Oh gosh, with all the thing in it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know how the thing is. Well, I can taste it right now, but I can't eat this right here. Right. So I was gonna say this is like, for me, this is like, it's like an orgasm. Did I say that? Yes, I did. Because God made orgasms. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, it even tastes like an orgasm. I'll be darned. Oh my. This is really good. Soybean who? gosh. Soybean? What's that? Oh my god. Imagine. Oh, please stop. Oh, my kids are gonna be so happy. Well, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so good. How come it's so good? I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, I miss bread. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm good. This is good. Oh. I'm supposed to be taking vitamins with this, so I don't want to stop. I'm taking vitamins. Oh, I gotta open it up. Oh, let me take the other one. This is the other set of vitamins that I take. This is from a holistic doctor that she gave me this in. That does, I forgot, I'm gonna talk about the way she does her treatment, and it's amazing. She would put what you're missing, the mineral or the whatever your body's needs to help fight or get, to build, or whatever your body needs to repair. She puts it close to your body, and she communicates with your body. It's unbelievable. So with that being said, it's noon, Friday morning, noon, evening, and bed. So I'm going to take the noon with this amazing bread here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I toasted it. Look what I got. Come here. I gotta go to the bathroom. This one don't say soy in it. It don't say soy. Alright, guys. Very good. I give it a thumbs up. But if it has soy is no good. The ingredients here did not say soy, but I won't be eating this every day. But today, I forgot everything went out the window. I don't remember what was so bad or good about this. Good. Oh my gosh. How's your day? How's your day? That's good. So was mine.